Hi everyone, welcome to day 3 of inspirED. We hope you've had 2 wonderful days which were very, very insightful and exciting to learn so many new things and meet new people. My name is Venil. I'm a Teach for India alumni and I currently lead programs in scale at Antarang Foundation that works on career aspirations and pathways for young adults.
Everyone, I'm Mahima Choudhary. I'm an SYBA student and currently I'm also teaching with Queen's English as an online English teacher, and I'm a TFI student alum.
Awesome. Hi Mahima. Excited to have this chat with you. So our theme for today is going beyond the basics. So let's start maybe with just sharing what that means for us. So I'd love to hear from you with all your experiences of being a learner and now being a teacher. What does going beyond the basics mean for you?
So let me first define what basics imply for me. So basics in the class simply means anything that is conventional, the standard that we have set in schools with regards to the syllabi that we stick to, the question and answers in a school setup where the students are just sticking to what's there in the textbook. So there's no real life experience that they are having. They don't have an understanding of what will happen in a real circumstance if they have to face the same thing, whatever they are learning. So that's the basics. That's just sticking to the syllabus. Now, if I had to mention about the experiences that I have of going beyond the syllabus or going beyond the basics, it's simply experiencing the things. So I'd like to give share an experience. I was a part of this organization called Avsara Leadership Fellow, which is ALF. It's in Bandra, BKC basically, and this was exclusively for girl child. And I was a part there for a year where the students had the opportunity, most of us had the opportunity to experience everything that we were learning. So if you remember, it was in 8th grade where the last few chapters are always about environment, pollution, and all of that. So one of the last chapters was the teacher told us in the second semester start that you have to pick up a project, find a problem in your surrounding and solve that. We are not going to teach this as a chapter, but you will work on it, solve this problem. So we were made up in a group, like, yeah, we were paired up and then all of us started working on it. So my team, we started to work on a road project. We wanted to fix that road. It had a lot of potholes and everything. That was our project. And in the journey of getting that road fixed, we happened to actually visit government authorities and deal with everything from writing application letters to receiving replies from government authorities. We saw it all. So it was not just a chapter from that science book anymore. It meant everything, all those people and all those surveys and people living in the locality whom we surveyed. So that experience stuck with me. So going beyond basics means we just need to go more and see the people in real life out there. Yeah.
I love that example of just project-based learning. I think for me, it also is the purpose of why that subject or that concept is even there. For me, that's going beyond basics. So an example from my schooling was art. I never understood why I had to draw the brinjal and grapes and a vase. Nobody ever told me that. So I found it very, very boring and didn't understand why it's taught at all. And then much later, when I joined Teach for India and we had an art session with this fabulous person, Sheetal, it was the first time I experienced art as a tool of expression, communication, even building my own identity. And later, when I was also going through other sessions with this professor, Rohit Dhankar, spoke about how the purpose of art is to build your own sense of aesthetics, your own sense of beauty, so that you don't get influenced by other sense of what is beautiful and what's not, and have your own anchor on that. So it was very eye-opening for me to imagine that brinjal grape purpose being developing a sense of beauty. And I think for me, going beyond basics is bringing back the purpose of subjects, the purpose of concepts and syllabus, and like you said, making people experience that. And also to provide tools of self-expression, communication through art and many other medium. I know you had some other interesting examples of using drama as well. So I'd love if you can maybe share that as well.
Yes. So one of the things that again we experienced over there was in classroom setup. We generally tend to, as I said, limit ourselves to the question and answer theory for the whole learning and teaching process. But I happened to experience this good thing where every one of us had the opportunity to group up, and then all of us were either taking up responsibility for the whole class. So just consider this example where if it's an English class and we're learning some story, all of us were given roles. 5 minutes improv, you have to keep up, get into the character and express it live on that stage in front of everyone. It just not only makes us as improv, like it gives us the opportunity to express ourselves in our way, get the character, but also builds up social skills wherein we have the confidence to present ourselves and the role that we have got, the responsibility of making sure that we are working in a team. All of that came up on this stage. So it was amazing. And other things were just like, okay, we are doing a chapter and all of us were given little responsibilities. Okay, you know, like this chapter, this girl or okay, Mahima needs to make sure that we catch up on all the vocabularies. So she is gonna come up with a presentation or maybe just, you know, make sure that all the other kids in the classroom understand the words in this lesson. So I then become responsible for the whole class to understand the vocabularies for that chapter. So I actually put in more efforts than just for myself and making sure that I learn it. Everybody learns it. So that's also something amazing I found it.
Yeah, and I think in all of these examples, what's coming out really clearly is also integration across subjects, right? Using all the values and the soft skills that we want to develop of communication, critical thinking, teamwork, collaboration built into your core academic subjects. So I think that's the really interesting piece also coming out from all the examples you're sharing and I'm sharing. And on that note of just very different things getting integrated together, I'd love to talk a little bit more about just today's agenda. There are so many exciting sessions that integrate different concepts together. So what are you most excited about for today's sessions?
Well, today's session, I'm very excited to hear about SEL through arts, which is being conducted by Nemo Patel, who's an artist himself, and SEL through sports, which is being conducted by Dr. Abhijit Parse.
Very exciting sessions. Or two I'm also excited about is one, session on inclusive and looking at enabling equity for all with Archana Chandra, who's the CEO of Jai Vakil, and SEL in conflict areas, which is going to happen with Vikramjit Sinha, who's the founder of Building Art Therapy. I think it's very interesting to see in these contexts what remains the same, what needs to change so that more and more spaces become inclusive. And of course, we can't talk about basics, going beyond the basics or any curriculum without talking about like foundational literacy, numeracy. So we have a really exciting panel as well for that.